Thank you so much, Mercury retrograde. This is the second time I'm recording this video because the first time I did it, uh, the sound was really strange, really echoey and vibratory. I thought I had figured that out, but I guess I didn't. Hey guys, it's Dr. Danny, physician astrologer. Today I'm going to talk to you about some shifting energy. So next week, 9/13 through 9/16, we have got several shifting energies. Thing one is the new moon. We'll talk about that first. Then after that, we're going to talk about energy, frequency, vibration, how reality bends to your individual frequency and vibration through a concept called cymatics. So we'll go through that. Also, let's see what else happens. Venus sextiles Mars, Venus enters Leo again, and thank God Mercury goes direct. Okay, so you guys probably know this. I know this about you, but I'll tell you if you don't know it about you. You were born with an amazing ability to change your internal frequency and vibration simply by changing the way you think and the way you feel. It's fascinating. When you look at the cymatics video I'm going to show you, we're going to go through this concept of how the vibration patterns that we are brewing in our mind and in our emotional etheric body literally bend reality to that frequency around us. And then we perceive and see what's happening. So, how do you learn to vibrate in an energetic frequency that helps you master your manifestation? That's what we're trying to do. Soul guided living through understanding the astrology. Okay, so let me just go ahead and share my screen. We'll just get into this. I feel like I'm redoing everything, but it's fine. Let's look at my images. Here is your new moon coming up on the 14th of September. Moon Sun, right at the very end of Leo, right at the very cusp of the energy there. In fact, an hour after this, the moon will be in Virgo. So there's your first shift. The moon is our intuition, the moon is our emotional body. The very hour after the new moon, it's right in Virgo. So we are being given a clue by the moon to essentially use some Virgo energy, use that energy into matter, the way a mother gestates a baby. From conception to birth, essentially, or yeah, from conceiving to birth is the Virgo energy. Okay, so you have Sun Moon there with, and that combination is basically the fullest expression of your inner and your outer self. So inner and outer self are going from a time of feeling, this long hot summer of retrograde motion of Mercury, retrograde motion of Venus, the sun moving through, all of that is about to come to a close, and we're about to enter this new energy. Now, the sun and moon do a couple of different things, and we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But I want to show you, I want to get to this video because I think you guys will be able to understand the rest of the energy better if I can explain this to you. So let's go here first. I'm going to erase my bubbles. So here is this video. Oops, we're not doing that. Oh my goodness. Let's go back one. There we go. Okay. Not that guy. Holy crap. Okay, here we go. So what you see here is a plate that the experimenter can send sound frequencies through, right? Frequency waves, energy waves of sound through a vibrating plate, and then adding, I think it's salt or sand to it. And as the frequency goes up, what you see is the sand conforming to the frequency waves. And as the frequencies vibrate higher and higher and higher and lighter and lighter and lighter, the patterns of the sand on this plate become more complex, more symmetric, more beautiful, in my opinion. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but if you look at this, if I fast forward here a little bit and take you through some of these higher frequencies, this is just absolutely stunning. And while we do have sound waves through our voice, we hear sound waves through our ears, we also have energetic waves of our emotions, of our thoughts as well. This is the frequency that everyone's talking about. low vibe, high vibe, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So we are sitting here emitting an energy, so to speak, and the matter of reality is conforming to our vibration. And this isn't the only place you see this. Cymatics just gives you a really nice visual clue about how this can happen. Look at that. I mean, that's just incredible. I'm going to leave a link to this video below if you want to watch it. There's tons of other ones out there. So you can really get the idea of how this works. They can also do it with water. They also do it with magnetic mediums. So whatever medium a sound wave can travel through, you can duplicate this experiment. Now, the other thing that's super cool is you guys have probably seen this before. Oh my gosh, everything stops working after a while. We're going to go into here. We're going to go into here. We're going to go into here. This picture shows what happens to snowflakes when they've been prayed over. So this is crazy. Look at this, you guys. So you've got thank you, wisdom, truth, eternal. You've got anger. You've got you make me sick. You've got evil. You've got polluted water before prayer. And then all of a sudden, somebody comes in with some great intentions like gratitude, truth, love, peace. And look at how different they look. Those patterns go from disorganized and unconnected to a crystalline pattern, a symmetry, a beauty that is literally programmed into our matrix. So when we vibrate at the energy of gratitude, when we vibrate at the energy of love, abundance, whatever it is that you want, reality conforms to your vibration. That's what's happening. Okay. And so whenever we get big shifts like this that's coming, think of yourself as that vibratory plate. And all of a sudden, all the sand got blown up into the air, and now it's falling down during the shift. How are you going to vibrate so that that material, that matter, that reality that you live in conforms to your specific frequency? And that's how it works, guys. That's what we're all trying to do. This is why I study astrology, because I can see this energy coming. We can get ready. We can do this together. We can help each other. So yeah, here's another one. This was one I used on the thumbnail. So you guys can basically see that. Isn't that incredible? I don't even know what frequency that was, but doesn't it look like a spider web a little bit? I don't know. This is fantastic. So we'll close that. Let's open up this new moon and get going on some of the other energies here. Okay, so we're going to draw a little bit and we're going to get into it. Okay, so we're working with the internal, the external self expression, moving into a constellation of creation, essentially, of taking energy and turning it into matter. This Virgo constellation has over 2,000 galaxies in it. If you were to look in the sky and then zoom into Virgo, you would see more galaxies by a factor of 100 than any other constellation. This is the Virgo cluster. So it's on. Whatever you've been working with, expressing yourself, feeling into, having hard energy for over the summer is now about to change. It's now about inspired action and what actually gets your frequency vibrating high. Okay. Now you have to oppose this with a little bit of Neptune and Pisces energy in retrograde. This is the dream within the dream, surrendering to the illusion. This is being lost in the self, in the depths of oneness with the creator. But now it's time to create. So you can use some of your dreamy spiritual energy, but don't use it too much. Just remember who you are. Have an anchor for who you really are, or this energy can tend to take you into a dreamy, spacey place, and you're not going to be able to manifest much. Mercury is also stationing direct Now, if you guys haven't seen my Mercury retrograde video for this particular cycle, I will link in the comments below or in the timestamps below for you to go and watch that. Mercury energy is a double-edged sword. Mercury retrograde can be really amazing for having your thoughts turn into things like that. I've always said that because Mercury is right in front of us. It's just like the Venus star point. In fact, it's the Mercury star point. Mercury is directly in front of the sun from our perspective. So it's right there. It's channeling, it's sending us information. When Mercury's in retrograde, if I just sit quietly for 5 minutes, I'm tapped in and it just comes flowing, sometimes too fast. And that's why we screw things up during Mercury retrograde. That's why we forget our car keys. That's why we don't remember where we parked our car. Stuff like that happens because we're being drawn internally and into that channel and into that mind frame, the idea frame. And so now that Mercury's stationing direct, that energy should ease off. It should be a little bit less intense energy, but it's still there. You just may have to work harder for it as Mercury goes through the other side of its cycle. So I'll leave that link below. Check out that video. I go through kind of all the Mercury retrograde, how to deal with that. And basically for me, Mercury retrograde was just, okay, know that it's coming, but if things like forgetting the keys, losing your car, that kind of stuff happen, just laugh. Because Leo's heart, Leo's love, Leo's energy, childlike energy. So if you have a comedic sense about it, you can actually survive it a lot better. So that there is a transition point right there. Then we've got Venus moving into from Cancer to Leo for the third time this year. So this will be her final transit of Leo. So the first one, she only got up to Regulus, gave Mars a kiss on the cheek, and then went backwards into Cancer for a little bit. And on the 15th, she's going to transition back into Leo and will complete the entire constellation. She moves into Virgo, I think, November 1st. So if you haven't seen the Venus video that I did a couple weeks ago, do watch that. It's still relevant until the end of the month. So I cover Venus direct energy. And it really is a lot about integration, about pulling in some of the lessons that we've been learning. She's also on our third trine to Chiron, which is conjunct our North Node. And nodes, you guys, are related to moon energy. So it's always good when you're doing a reading on any moon energy to look at the nodes as well. And so training on that North Node, that collective karmic purpose towards universal love and oneness within the context of Chiron, which is the wounded healer teacher. So we've all been going through this summer of rehashing those wounds, looking at those wounds, not necessarily healing from them, but accepting them and owning them as part of our makeup, as part of our vibratory frequency, so to speak. So yeah. Then Mars is loosely conjunct, or will be in a few days, conjunct the South Node, which is in Virgo, which is, connecting to the matriarchal ancestry lineage, that true ability to manifest from energy, from frequency and vibration, and turning the reality into something that we want. Let's see. Oh, yes. And then let's talk about Pluto for just a little bit, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty tired of Pluto T-squaring on the nodes. It's been for the better part of a year, and it will continue because Pluto now has to turn direct at the beginning of October, and we'll do one last pass through our nodes. And then that transformation should be complete. I mean, the first pass was, oh, whoa, okay, who are we? What are we doing? And then this second pass is sort of trying to kind of figure that out, kind of throwing things to the wall and see if they stick. And then this last pass, I think, is going to be just anchoring that transition, that transformation. And it does have to do with us as a collective, where we're going and where we came from. Pluto also makes a grand trine with Mercury, that's stationing direct, and Jupiter and Uranus, which are also retrograde. All the big players are retrograde, guys. So all this internal energy that's been going on during retrograde season and in the next couple of months are all going to start popping back direct. And you're going to see things manifest, because when you're working with a retrograde planet, that's what you're doing. You're basically going internal, trying to figure out what your vibratory frequency is within that energy. And then they go direct, and then thoughts become things, right? So that grand trine to me, and we've talked about this before, basically with the trine from Pluto to Uranus, this is a huge transformational metamorphosis. It could also be a mutation. So, mutation, metamorphosis, change, empowerment, purification, all these are themes are relevant in this grand trine, in this flow, with the inner and the outer self, in with the ability to manifest. So, you guys need to learn and harness your vibratory frequency so you can manifest your reality. Oh, and then there's one more thing I wanted to talk about, and then I wanted to show you some amazing stuff that I'm working on. I hope you guys will be a part of. Is Mercury opposing Saturn. So Saturn's in Aquarius, Mercury's in Leo. Leo is right in the center. Leo and Mercury are right. Mercury is right in the center of Leo. It's stations direct. So it is the expressive part of us. What are we transmitting? What are we expressing about ourselves? We could be laughing, expressing love, that sort of energy. But it's balanced by Saturn in Aquarius, which are what are the rules of the game? How do we express ourselves within the larger picture, within the collective? Collective themes are coming up a lot these days in the astrology energy. So whenever I see Saturn and Mercury opposing each other, we have to balance our responses. Is it a calculated response, a thought out response? Is it a measured response? Or is it off the cuff and emotional? Or is it non emotional? Like not enough emotion, too much emotion. So a balance there between the responses, between the thoughts, between how we connect with others as well. All right. So I think that kind of completes the astrology energy. I don't think I forgot anything. Yeah, let me just check. Okay, good. Okay. Here's what I've been manifesting, you guys. I'm so excited about this. Some of you have already signed up and been a part of this, but I want my larger YouTube following to get in on board too, because this is just the beginning. I'm so excited. All right, so let me move that. Okay, dun, 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 dun. Here it is. Dr. Danny is officially offering a course now, and there's more coming. I got one in the pipeline that I'm working on right now. This one I affectionately call the Lookup series. It is 6 hours, 13 videos. I go through all of the constellations, including Ophiuchus. I go through the stars in all the constellations as well. So we talk about the major stars that you can find in each of the constellations and their astrology. So you'll learn a little bit more about star energy, not just constellation energy, but also star energy. I also talk to you about what those constellations mean at the 4 angles of the chart. So through all 13 of them, I go through the ascending, the midheaven, the descending, and the IC. Then I also take Saturn and Moon through all of the constellations as well. So you don't really have to have a huge background in astrology, but it will definitely broaden your base of knowledge. You don't have to have a big knowledge base in astronomy either, but it will also do that. So this is perfect for astronomers and astrologers. It is also a really great primer if you're someone that has been studying tropical but wants to get into the sidereal and how to read that. And I can help you with that as well with this course. It's not downloaded. You go through the program, but you study at your own pace. So all you have to do is come over to my website, drdanny.com/courses. I will leave a link in the description below and the timestamps as well. You click on enroll, and it takes you to my external course page right here. And what you're going to see is the course curriculum listed out for you. This is where you actually purchase the course. So you just click on resume, or actually this is mine, but it will say purchase course or enroll today, and you can do that. And you can see here there's a 30-minute video here about Ophiuchus, Chiron, and the 8th house. Now if you've worked with me before, you probably already have your free professional natal chart, but if you haven't and you sign up for this course, I will send you by email a professional natal chart PDF. It's a $13 value. If you don't want the course but you want the chart, you can also get that on my website over here under free chart. So you can also generate yourself a free chart here. Here's a bug. You can also come here and enroll for the course if you'd like to as well. Okay, so do check that out, because the next thing that's coming is going to be my interpreting the natal chart, interpreting the birth chart. It is, I don't know how long it's going to be yet. I haven't recorded the modules, but it's over 111 slides. And I go through everything for you guys. But it's still very basic level. Level 2 will cover more of the aspects, the angles, the elements, how to do a little predictive astrology. But this is basically just interpreting everything. I give you resources on how to do it. And I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys join me on this amazing journey. This is what I've been working on all summer, getting ready to birth this energy for me, because I am my Saturn is in Gemini, my Venus is in Gemini, and I'm a teacher. This is my teacher energy. When I teach students in medical school, that when they come through my clinic, I actually convert them to study obstetrics and gynecology, because I am able to teach the things that I love. And I love astrology almost as much as I love medicine, and sometimes I think even more. So at any rate, please check that out. Please also, you guys, like this video, subscribe to my channel, you lurkers, and then follow my Facebook page. I'll leave all the links down below. I really appreciate you coming along with me today. And until next time, namaste, my friends.